Hi everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Thank you so much for joining me today. A brand new year, a brand new 361 days of creativity left in this year. So exciting. It's a nice rainy day here. We're always grateful to get some rain here in Vallejo, California. I want to do a shout out and a thank you to Rosanna for purchasing something, and Denise for purchasing something, and Shasta for a cuppa, and Sue for a cuppa, and Patricia for a cuppa, and all of those people that have signed up for the upcoming classes. The Sunday class is full. The Monday class I think has 2 openings left for mixed media, so that will be a fun experience. Always is. We're going to be dipping with beeswax in the Monday class, so it'll be fun. So today I have the inner journal, and this is inspired by Karen Wendy. Karen Wendy does a lot of writing and a lot of journaling. And so I used leftovers from a book that I had constructed. They're tarp with gesso on them, making them stiff. So I wrote about 2020. And the things that had happened in 2020, going to get my dad from Arizona, having my dad live with us for 6 months, Cameron's passing, my dad's passing, going to New Zealand, COVID settling in, my eldest son's kidney surgery, just all those things that happened in 2020 that were memorable. Good and bad, of course, because much happened good in 2020 as well. And then I gessoed over that, and so no one can read it, so it exists, but it's not in my face. So it was a good way to journal and have closure about 2020. So I guess that's enough about me. It was very fun to create. I hope you find some inspiration here, and see you on the table. Here's our project for today. It's called the Inner Journal. It's using leftovers, napkins, images. This is leftover tarp from a book that I constructed. Lots of different techniques on the backgrounds. All right, these are leftovers, leftover canvas, actually tarp and gesso and underpants. And I just tore them into squares. I'll be creating a little metal book with them. Somebody gave me a bunch of fairies. I'm going to call them angels, and we're going to have fun with those. I am actually journaling on the pages. Being the first of the year, I'm just journaling about my last year a little bit. So journaling on those pages with a pen. And yeah, I'll come back when we're done with that. So I popped some holes in the metal covers with my crocodile. Of course, I put too many holes in it. This was not in a place I didn't want it. So that'll just be a place to hang dangles from. So that'll be fun. And I am going to go through and punch holes in the pages. So I'm going to bring a page in. I don't care whether it's upside down or sideways. I don't care. I'm going to punch a hole with my awl. And then I'm going to install eyelets. So I have the hole punched with my awl. I'm going to take the eyelet, put it on my awl, scoot it all the way down, and then install it with my crocodile. And I'm going to continue on until I have all of the pages done. So fun. So I have my first layer of journaling on there, and I'm going to go through and put a layer of gesso on top of that. So this part of the journal was just getting rid of some energy from 2020 from 2020. And since it's over, I am going to cover that up. And yet I know that it's there. All right, I was gifted all of these little fairies or angels, depends on what you want to call them. So I'm putting one on each page over my journaling. I'm going to bring in a colorful napkin and just kind of randomly rip it into smaller pieces. And with Mod Podge, I'll just add some of the fun napkin to the sides of the pages. Okay, everybody has a little something something on them, even the covers. I put some napkin on the covers. Just going to let that dry. I'm going to take a rubber stamp and some black StazOn and add some noise to the backgrounds here. Bring in the mustard StazOn. Go around the edges. All right, the book is all ready for the next adventure. So much fun. This is from the Crafters Workshop. It's called Shimmery Goodness. It says it dries clear and iridescent, adds shimmer to ordinary paint or gel. You need this. So I am going to paint a little bit of this on each page, adding a bit of shimmer to this precious little internal journal. And I'll do that to each page on both sides. Good morning. Dark o'clock, coffee in hand, yoga done. I almost gave up on this project. I was way too heavy-handed with the shimmery goodness, and I completely covered my little fairies or angels. So I let it sit overnight, and I came back in with sandpaper, and I was able to expose the little figurines. Yeah, and what's funny, I'll just tell you what's behind this is I was working on the table with some people yesterday via Zoom, and I said, oh my gosh, these fairies are just too cute. You know, they're too cute for any of my work. And they said, oh, just grunge them up. And I thought, I don't know. So what happened is I ended up grunging them up. And now I absolutely love them. So I have a few more. These are on the back side of the cards, so I know to be lighter handed with the shimmery goodness, which I will do now. And then on the back of these, I will also put some shimmery goodness on these and let that dry, and then go forward with the inner journal. So it's not over till it's over. Light-handed, light-handed, light-handed. A little bit of shimmer goes a long way. Let me make the mistakes for you. So the lighter coat of the shimmer is awesome. So yeah, we learned something. I learned something. Light on the shimmer, and then it is like magic. I'm going to let these dry. I'm bringing in my StazOn, going around the edges of the pages on both sides. Both sides. So even with the lighter layer of the shimmer, I'm still going in there and grunching that up a little bit with my sandpaper. I'm going to come back in with my awl and reopen those holes. And then I'm going to use my Coptic binding, and I'm going to bind the book. All right, we have a gorgeous Coptic binding on the book, on my raggedy, grungy book, which I love. I will leave a link to the Coptic binding tutorial, the video. And I have some words here, and I'm going to tear these out and glue them onto some of the pages. Not all of the pages, but some of the pages. Now I'm going to make the fastener with a button. This is a shank button, which messy hands, which means it has a shank on the bottom. So I'm going to make a hole in the front cover with my crocodile, push the shank through the hole, bring in some of my leftover string, tie a square knot there. So I tied the square knot there, spread the strings out, put some Mod Podge on there, bring a piece of that napkin in, and glue that into place. And let that dry. And I'll bring my crocodile in, punch a hole in the back. I'm going to bring in a piece of elastic, pop it through that back hole in the back page, tie it off. All right, the front isn't quite dry yet, but this little elastic piece is going to flip over and around the button when it dries. I'm going to come through with my Stabilo and just hit the edges of the words. Spit and smudge, of course. Here's our completed inner journal. The elastic goes around the button as a closure. Very, very fun. Metal cover, little fairies or angels inside. The inner journal. I am a better me when I ... I feel happier when I am ... I am responsible for ... I have to accept blank just as they are. If I were not afraid, I would ... I have a positive attitude when I ... One way I can take care of myself is ... Being nice to myself means that I ... I am a better friend when I ... I feel better about myself when I ... I feel joy when I ... I am powerless over ... I have power over my own ... When I go to bed tonight, I will tell myself ... So a very, very, very fun internal journal. I wrote lots of stuff, covered lots of stuff. It's all right here. 2020 is all right here. And 2021 is right here as well. So thank you so much for joining me. Go create, go play, go have fun.